Hi, my name is Christy Manuel, and my presentation is on veterinary employment and careers. Veterinary careers provide opportunities in a variety of sciences and medicine. A relevant issue to career choices and employment in the veterinary profession is the current market. In this presentation, I will discuss briefly how to become a veterinarian and the necessary requirements. I will also explain the One Health concept that is emerging in the veterinary profession. This presentation will also highlight careers in veterinary medicine, the market for veterinarians, and it will go into detail on veterinarian employment. There are several essential qualities individuals need to possess to become a good veterinarian, some of which I have listed here. Having a passion for animals, integrity, good interpersonal skills, compassion for both animals and people, and an ability to communicate. Other qualities also include the ability to work efficiently and effectively, as well as have a strong background in the sciences. There are also other requirements to consider to become a veterinarian. Starting with a veterinary school, you have to obtain a DVM or VMD from an accredited veterinary school, as well as a state license for the state the veterinarian would like to practice in. Some veterinarians also choose to pursue further education, experience, and obtain a certification and become boarded in a specific area of interest, and this usually takes about another 3 to 4 years with an additional residency following veterinary school. And also the experience, training, and internships can help enhance a veterinary school application, student, as well as preparation to go into the veterinary field. The Veterinary Medical College Application Service, or VEMCAS website, is used to apply to veterinary school. The purpose of the VEMCAS website is to submit one application to several schools, since the majority of veterinary schools utilize the VEMCAS service. However, most veterinary schools also require an additional supplemental application. In addition to the actual application for veterinary school, the VEMCAS website also provides useful resources for applicants, including prerequisites for all of the schools, test deadlines, and information for specific schools such as cost. Additional supportive information for the veterinary school application includes transcripts from all universities, letters of recommendation from at least 3 evaluators, one of which is the veterinarian, and the GRE test scores. These materials are sent electronically through VEMCAS and included in the application to the veterinary schools. Other factors to consider when applying to veterinary school are there are a limited number of schools in the United States. There's only 30, and they have very small class sizes, usually around 100 seats. And this creates a very competitive program. Also, another factor to consider is the cost of veterinary education is expensive, especially if you're attending an out-of-state university. My presentation focuses on the colleges of veterinary medicine in the United States as far as the information that's presented here. So I have listed here the 30 U.S. veterinary schools. However, there are also Canadian and international veterinary schools, including those in Ireland, New Zealand, the United Kingdom, and Australia. Information including class size, tuition, prerequisites for the U.S. schools as well as schools in Canada and other countries can be found on the Association of American Veterinary Medical Colleges website. I wanted to briefly touch base on the concept of One Health. The quote here from the CDC says, "The One Health concept recognizes that the health of humans is connected to the health of animals and the environment." And the American Veterinary Medical Association defines One Health as the integrative effort of multiple disciplines working locally, nationally, and globally to attain optimal health for people, animals, and the environment. So basically saying that veterinary medicine is a component of this One Health idea, and it contributes to keeping people and the environment healthy. In an article titled One World, One Health, Veterinary Perspectives by Dama et al., highlights the veterinarian's role in One Health. And examples include vaccination, animal welfare, and research. Vaccines are important for all species. Some important ones include rabies and BSE for the bovine spongiform encephalopathy. And animal welfare needs veterinarians to respond appropriately for global emergencies and disasters. And veterinarians are also needed in research, especially with food animal, including the selective breeding and also the research for variability in strains of different diseases that can affect both humans and animals. So here's a list of careers in veterinary medicine, and the careers are not limited to this list, but this list includes the majority of careers. There are additional opportunities with state governments, nonprofit organizations, and other areas, but I will go into detail with these chosen careers. Veterinary careers in private practice include general practice or practice in a specialty field, including ophthalmology, orthopedics, marine biology, wildlife, animal medicine, or emergency animal medicine. And corporate veterinary medicine includes work with corporations that provide veterinary care, that test human drugs for safety, or corporations that produce animal-related products. The federal government employs veterinarians in the United States Department of Agriculture, the National Institutes of Health, the Centers for Disease Control, and the Food and Drug Administration, including the areas with biosecurity, environmental quality, public health, meat inspection, and agricultural animal health, and also the investigation of disease outbreaks. The U.S. Army and U.S. Air Force also offer career opportunities in areas such as food safety and military working dog veterinary medicine. The military also provides advanced training in specialty areas for those who commit to the service. So other careers include those in research, teaching, and public health. A research is usually at a university setting or with companies that produce animal-related products or pharmaceuticals. Teaching can be in academia or non-professional schools. And there is a 40% of the aging faculty in academia eligible for retirement over the next 10 years. So projections are indicating an increasing need for qualified academics to teach in all disciplines of veterinary medicine. Public health works with governmental agencies such as the United States Public Health Service to help control transmission of animal to human diseases, also known as zoonotic. So other careers include food animal, global veterinary medicine, public policy, and shelter medicine. With the food supply medicine, the veterinarians are working either with government or food animal company. With global veterinary medicine, the veterinarians are usually working in a private practice or with international agencies, working on food production and safety or possibly emerging diseases. Public policy veterinarians are working for governments on animal and zoonotic diseases, animal welfare, public health issues, or as consultants with non-governmental agencies. And shelter medicine veterinarians are working with communities and private or public agencies to ensure the health and well-being of animal populations that are in shelters. In this part of the presentation, I will discuss the market for veterinarians. So the American Veterinary Medical Association put out a report on the veterinary markets earlier this year. And the report stated that there is a long-term outlook that is improving for the veterinary profession. And there's also a projected growth for the next 2 years. This should improve the finances of veterinary practices. And also the cost of veterinary education is forecasted to rise even higher than it already is. Bureau of Labor Statistics had said in 2012 that the veterinary job outlook is projected to grow 12% from 2012 to 2022, and the average growth rate for all occupations is 11%. So there will be competitive positions in the veterinary field, and it was also stated that 70,300 jobs were available in 2012 for veterinarians. However, with the advancement of veterinary medicine, many of the veterinary services that are offered today are comparable to healthcare for humans, including cancer treatments and kidney transplants. So with private practice, the demand for veterinarians will increase as more people are expected to take their pets for visits and these treatments. Also stated in their 2012 report that the employment growth in fields related to food and animal safety, disease control, and public health will increase. And as the population grows, more veterinarians will be needed to inspect the food supply and ensure animal and human health. However, due to overall slowing growth of the veterinary services industry, employment gains of veterinarians will be slower than they were in the past. This table was taken from the American Veterinary Medical Association's Market Research Statistics Report for 2014, and it shows the U.S. veterinary positions. And this part of the table is looking at the veterinarians employed in private clinical practice, which includes food animal, mixed animal, companion animal, and equine. And it shows the total number of veterinarians in each type of practice. And it also shows the percentage of male and female veterinarians and the median income for each type of private practice. So there were over 65,000 veterinarians total in private practice. 46% of them were male and 53% of them were female. And the median income was $94,000. This table is a continuation of the one we were just looking at. It is showing the veterinarians in public and corporate employment rather than the ones in private practice. So it shows the distribution of veterinarians working at a college or university, for the federal, state, or local government, for the military, and industry, or other public and corporate areas. The total number of veterinarians in 2014 working in public and corporate employment was 15,634. 48% of those veterinarians were male and 51% were female, and the median income was $117,000 a year. And the total number of positions held by U.S. veterinarians in 2014 was 108,427. This table is also from the AVMA website, and it was presented in their market research statistic report showing the veterinary specialist in 2014. The AVMA, American Board of Veterinary Specialists, is the umbrella organization for veterinary specialties within the United States. Right now, there are 22 AVMA recognized veterinary specialty organizations, making up 40 distinct specialties. So there are more than 11,000 veterinarians that have been awarded the diplomat status in one or more of these 22 recognized specialty organizations. And to do this, they complete postgraduate training, education, and exams. These board-certified specialists serve the public, its animals, and the veterinary profession by providing high-quality service in these disciplines. And some examples of these disciplines include internal medicine, surgery, toxicology, dentistry, and pathology. The American College of Veterinary Internal Medicine has the highest number of board-certified diplomats, which is over 2,600 veterinarians. And the other colleges that have a large amount of veterinarians are the American College of Veterinary Surgeons and the American College of Veterinary Pathologists. This last section of the presentation will discuss veterinary employment. I first wanted to go over job prospects for veterinarians. So there is competition for veterinary positions. Candidates with specializations like those we just discussed that might be board certified and those with prior work experience have an advantage when applying for jobs. And the U.S. Department of Labor stated that the number of veterinary graduates has increased to about 3,000 a year, and that alone adds competition in the veterinary employment. Most of these veterinary graduates are looking for employment in companion and small animal care, so there are fewer job opportunities in that field. However, job opportunities in farm animal care are better because there are fewer veterinarians competing to work with large animals, and also there are more opportunities in federal government for veterinarians to work in food safety, animal health, and public health due to the One Health initiative. And finally, there are better job prospects in the areas of disease control and public health and even population studies because they are less competitive areas than the small animal and companion animal care. So these graduates will likely have a better chance pursuing veterinarian careers in these areas. The AVMA website posted a report early this year regarding veterinary employment, and it discussed employment, unemployment, and underemployment. So right now the market for veterinarians is actually robust and pretty strong at this time. And there is a low level of unemployment at 3.1%, which is well below the national average of unemployment at 7.4% in 2013. And it's also suggested in this report that the rate of unemployment, even though it's so low, it still could be due to the skills and matching them up with employment opportunities in a certain location. For unemployment of veterinarians, it can vary by age, gender, the type of veterinary practice, the veterinary school the person attended, and the region of the country they're looking for a job. And the statistical factors included age, whether they participated in an internship, and if they had any perceived inadequacies in clinical competencies that could have caused them to have unemployment. So there were also factors that were not statistically significant, but could maybe predict the probability of either veterinary employment or unemployment, and those include gender, region where the person lives, the university they attended, whether they're board certified in a specialty, and also the debt level could affect their employment. Underemployment refers to the difference between the number of hours a veterinarian wishes to work each week versus the number of hours they actually worked. So in this survey for this report, a total of 20.2% of people that responded to the survey indicated they wish to reduce the hours they work by 12.7 hours a week. And only 14.3% of the people that responded to the survey indicated a desire to increase the hours they work by 12.2 hours a week. The factors for underemployment include the amount of debt and income, gender, type of practice, and region of country they're looking for a job. So finding a job as a veterinarian. The AVMA website has a veterinary career center online, and this allows veterinarians to search for jobs. They can post a resume, find an externship, as well as find other training and service opportunities. And this website actually also includes a job seeker resource and employer resource to also post for jobs if they're looking for veterinarians in a specific field or location. And other websites to find a job as a veterinarian are Indeed.com and careers.ahanet.org. And AHA is the American Animal Hospital Association. They also have their own veterinary career website to search for jobs. And also usajobs.gov provides positions for the government, the Department of Agriculture, NIH, the CDC, and also the military jobs are listed on there as well. AVMA website in their market research statistic report, and it shows the first year employment salary of veterinarians that graduated in 2013. So the table on the left shows the distribution of the starting salaries for graduates of U.S. vet schools in 2013 that accepted a full-time position. So the highest percent on this table is 20.1%, and that salary range is $27,000 to $30,999. The next highest percent is 11.8%, and that salary is even lower. It's $23,000 to $26,999. So almost 30% of the veterinarians that started working in 2013 were making under $30,000. And the table here shows the distribution of the salaries, and there's very few that are at the upper end, especially well over $70,000. The numbers get much smaller. And this table on the right compares the first year employment and starting salaries of veterinary graduates in 2013, but showing the distribution between private practice, those working in the public or corporate employment, and also those in advanced education. So for private practice, the mean salary was over $67,000. For public or corporate employment, the mean salary the first year was $60,000, and for advanced education, the mean salary was over $29,000. So the mean for the private and public employment combined was over $67,000, and the mean for all three types of employment in 2013 was just a little bit over $50,000. The U.S. Department of Labor posted statistics in 2012 regarding veterinarian salaries. The median annual salary for veterinarians in 2012 was $84,460 a year, or $40.61 an hour. The lowest 10% of veterinarians earned less than $51,000 a year, and the top 10% earned more than $144,000 a year. And in an article titled Employment of Female and Male Graduates of U.S. Veterinary Medical Colleges by Shepard et al., determined in a survey that the mean starting salary for full-time positions for males was over $56,000 a year and only $48,000 a year for females. So in summary, becoming a veterinarian is an extremely rewarding career, allowing one to not only help animals, but also contribute to keeping humans and the environment healthy. There are a variety of career opportunities and options in veterinary medicine. And in an article that I looked at called The Veterinary Profession and Precarious Values by Hollier et al., stated that the veterinary professionals are not only caregivers anymore, but they're also recognized to protect and serve the society in a broader sense. And that's also relating more to the One Health concept, is there's more involvement with the veterinarian, also with human medicine and the environment in the community. This concludes my presentation. Thank you for listening.